In the Squire's tale in the Canterbury Tales, Harry Bailey now calls on the Squire to tell a story. In part 1, King Cambuscan was a man of many good qualities, honorable and wise, and he had a beautiful daughter named Canacee. On the Ides of March, he gives a splendid, lavish feast to celebrate his 20th year as a king. A strange knight arrives at the feast wearing ornate armor. He gives an elaborate speech and presents gifts to the king: a brass horse with fantastical teleportation abilities, a mirror that can identify friends or enemies, and a magic sword. To Canacee, the knight presents a golden ring that will let her understand every language, even that of animals. In part 2, Canacee wakes up early and goes for a walk. The birds are singing, and Canacee understands what their songs mean. She hears a falcon crying in distress, so she asks what is wrong, and the falcon explains that her lover, a hawk, suddenly left her for another. Canacee, pitying the falcon, takes the bird home and bandages her wounds. At this point, the Squire will tell of the magic ring and of Canacee's brothers and father, but first he will tell stories about several other heroes. No sooner does he begin part 3 of his story than the Franklin interrupts, congratulating the Squire on his eloquent storytelling. Harry Bailey then tells the Franklin to tell a tale. The Squire's story remains unfinished. Now, the story the Squire begins to tell seems to be a romance. Within the romance narrative is the very unromantic story told by the Lady Falcon, whose lover left to be with another. The connection between story and storyteller is clear in this tale. The Squire is a chivalrous youth who has traveled to many exotic lands and likely heard stories of magical horses' rings and other fantastical objects. As the knight's son, he is familiar with the genre of epic romance and the way one tells such a story. The Franklin even compliments the Squire's storytelling style as being very eloquent. His characters are idealized. The king is powerful and wise, and brave and compassionate in jest, while his daughter Canacee is beautiful beyond the Squire's ability to describe. In this story, Canacee gets up for her walk while everyone else sleeps off hangovers. The Squire's storytelling style is verbose and convoluted, which may be why the Franklin cuts him off. Chaucer may be making fun of the romance genre, or he may be using the Squire to mock his own ambitions as a storyteller. After all, his Canterbury Tales project was originally conceived of as 120 stories, many containing stories within stories, a plan that proved overly ambitious and which he ultimately pared back to 24 stories.